this is the part you're supposed to do first. But the last time I actually did one of these picture frames, I did it first, and then once the wire was in place, I had to slide everything under it, and that became extremely annoying. Anyway, this is... Wow. That exploded everywhere. Literally just flew across the room, across the desk, and all over the place. There's one part, there's two parts, there's three parts, four parts. Missing this one. Okay, let's take it from the top. The point of this video is to show you how to frame artwork yourself. Art is a lot more affordable when you buy directly from the artist, and it's really easy. This company includes really good infographics, but most frames come without them. So let's go over what you need to frame, repair, and hang art.
As we go a little something like this, hit it!
A Phillips head screwdriver, a hard edge ruler, wire cutters, two-sided tape, a fine point Sharpie, a pick tool. You can get creative. Pliers, hardware. If your frame doesn't come with it, you can get a toolkit for under $10. And last, a tape measure. Be sure to remove the film from both sides and wipe down the inside. I've purchased a pre-cut mat here. Be sure to check that the bevel is neatly cut. Remove any stray pieces around the edge. Okay, this is how most people do it. They lay down their mat, they eyeball where their art might go, then they lay the artwork down and tape it in place. Next, you'll have to flip the piece over a dozen times to make sure it's lined up correctly. I'm going to show you the simplest possible way to do this neatly and have it all lined up the first time. Start by laying down the backing inside the frame, which is holding everything in place. Put down your mat face up, take your pick tool, and trace the outline of the mat, pressing firmly into the back. Now you want to place strips of two-sided tape within that square. Do not use foam tape. You can already tell that bubble in the tape is going to be a problem, but I don't think I can take it up. Oh man, ashy. After washing and drying your hands, you're going to lay down your artwork using that scratch line. Just neatly place it down there and press it down firmly. Now go ahead and put double-sided tape in the area around your image. Now lay down the matting and press it firmly into place. This is where the frame really helps keep everything lined up. That's gonna piss me off. I don't know where that mark just came from, probably from the oil on my hands, but we're stuck with it now. So I put it at the bottom far corner because I have something I think I can use to cover it up. Carefully flip all three layers, matting, image, and backing over, and press them back into the frame. Save your precious fingertips by using the pick tool to press all the tabs back into place firmly. Now we're going to try to do a ring hitch twist, which is what is demonstrated here in the photo. So we remove this and we just follow the lines. So the first line goes under the triangle, up and through. So we go under and through until we get to that 3-inch mark that we bent in there. Then we curve over, right? Like it says, and we go under our wire that's being stretched to the other side. We go back over and into the triangle again. But we don't go under this wire, we go over it. So make sure to pull it through. And right there it should look like a pretzel, just like that. Sorry, like that. And you keep pulling, 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 pulling. And that's it. Just pull it tight, pull it tight, pull it tight. Pull both sides tight. Till you get a nice, tight pretzel. I went through my entire kit and I could not find another one of these D-rings. So I went through all of I save spare parts all the time because you never know when you're going to need them. And I do have a couple, those cheapo picture hanging kits you get from the hardware store. It had every piece except what I need. Maybe I can use these D-rings and just stick them in here sideways, but I don't know if I'll be able to rotate them because of the size of the circle. Okay, it looks like we found a solution. You can see I started it, and what I did was I took one of these and by hand I'm screwing it into the center. We're still on that line at 7.5, but now we're in the center of this piece of wood instead of on the edge. I'm just screwing it in by hand. Wow, thank God I have good forearms and fingers. You can use pliers to do this. Let me show you how to do it with pliers instead of just telling you, because sometimes people don't know. These are my favorites. I got these about 10-15 years ago from Home Depot. We're just twisting. Bam, it's in. And I went all the way. Make sure to check the thickness of your frame before you stick it in, because if your frame is thicker than the length of this, you will go through. So it's in, and it's faced horizontally in the same direction of this, as is the one on the other side, which is not in the photo. And then I literally took my thumb and bent it. Not all the way down, but on an angle. Now, for those of you who already did your D-ring, you're good. But if you don't have one of these because you screwed up and opened the bag and rocket fired parts all over the room in your face, you can do it this way. So let's see how this works. Let's get this out of here. Let's get this back over because we're going to have to redo that. For your wire's anchor point, figure out 1/3 of the total height of the frame and install them 1/3 of the way from the top. My frame is sideways, but you can see here where they visually show it. Twist, 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 and that works. Looks like we found a solution. Creativity. All right, so there's the solution. If you do not have a D-ring, leave yourself. I'm not showing you what I'm doing over here, but there we go. Twist, twist. And now you've made sure you have enough slack if you need to ever take this off. The tension is pulled fairly tight, but not as much as I would like. It's got a little give in it, and that's that. Let's use a proper wire cutter. Snip. And now you have a coiled piece that you can use for something else. Do not throw that out. This comes in handy whether you have another picture frame or something else you need to fix around the house, because it goes where you want it. See that? Just always be careful of those little tips. Well, folks, that's it. Thanks for rocking with me. Just give it a wipe down with your terry cloth, and if your frame came with plastic instead of glass, don't use an ammonia-based cleaner on it. It'll just come out cloudy. And for the final bit, I'm just gonna push these tickets into the corner. This is where I purchased the art from, and it'll cover that spot. Nice and snug. And then twist. Ooh, the end just jabbed me. I don't think I am bleeding. The tiny little end. Watch your fingers.